Moi kaikki! Today we will learn a new question word in Finnish. So in Finnish, if you want to ask a question starting with when, so when something is or when something happens, basically if you want to start your question with when blah 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 blah, how would you say that in Finnish? So the standard way of asking a when question is to use the word Milloin. Milloin, which translates to in English when, used as a question, that is. So as a question word, when is milloin in Finnish? Milloin. 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 Loin. Milloin. Milloin. But oftentimes in spoken Finnish, or like when you're speaking, you will kind of drop the I, so a lot of the times you'll also hear people just say Milloin. 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 In writing, yes, you will put the I there, but in speaking, it's more common to say Milloin. Milloin. So some example sentences are Milloin leffa alkaa? Milloin, when, leffa, which is the puhekieli or like spoken way of saying elokuva, which means movie. Alkaa, starts. Milloin leffa alkaa? When does the movie start? Milloin leffa alkaa? Milloin. Milloin. When. Milloin lähdetään? Milloin lähdetään? Or lähdetään. Milloin lähdetään? Milloin. When. Lähdetään. We leave. So when are we leaving? Milloin lähdetään? Milloin. Milloin lähdetään? When are we leaving? Or milloin bussi tulee? Milloin bussi tulee? Milloin, when, bussi, which is bus, tulee, to come, to arrive. Milloin bussi tulee? When's the bus coming? Milloin bussi tulee? Milloin. Milloin. When. Or milloin sulla on lomaa? Milloin. When. Sulla. You have. On. To be. Lomaa is holiday, vacation, time off. So milloin sulla on lomaa? When do you have vacation? Milloin. When. Milloin sulla on lomaa? Milloin sulla on lomaa? Milloin sulla on lomaa? Again, I keep cutting or like shortening the words because in spoken Finnish it's very common to do that. Milloin sulla on lomaa? Milloin sul on lomaa? Both, I guess I say both versions. Okay, last example with milloin is milloin talvi loppuu? Milloin talvi loppuu? Loppuu. Milloin talvi loppuu? So when does winter end? Milloin, when, talvi, winter, loppuu, ends, end. Milloin talvi loppuu? When does winter end? Milloin talvi loppuu? Okay, and this part of the video links to my previous video about Koska. And a lot of you did mention like, isn't Koska also used in another way? So now I will be telling you about that. So, interestingly, in puhekieli or in spoken Finnish, you can substitute the word milloin, millon, with the word Koska. So, I was told that this happens mostly in southern Finland or western Finland, but correct me if I'm wrong because I am not an expert about the regional variances in Finland. But I tried to search for more information about this because it does seem a little bit random, because Milloin and Koska don't sound the same. It's not like a shortening. But I really couldn't find any information about why this change has happened in spoken Finnish. If anyone has any ideas or clues about why this has happened or where this comes from, do let me know in the comments, because I personally don't know the answer to that question. I just know that it is a thing that has happened, so it's good to know. So again, in spoken Finnish, you will hear people using the word koska instead of milloin to ask when questions. So, for example, instead of saying milloin leffa alkaa, someone might instead say koska sorry about that. Instead of saying milloin leffa alkaa, someone might ask koska leffa alkaa. Means the same thing. When does the movie start? Koska leffa alkaa. Or instead of saying milloin lähdetään, they might ask koska lähdetään. Koska lähdetään. When are we leaving? When do we leave? Koska lähdetään. So you really just, the only difference is you're literally substituting milloin with the word koska. Rest of the sentence stays the same. Meaning of the sentence stays the same. That's the only, like, the words are interchangeable. Sorry, the air is a bit dry in here. So a few more examples. Koska tulet takaisin? Koska tuut takas? When are you coming back? So koska, when, tuut or tulet, coming, to return, takaisin, back or takas, back. Koska tuut takas or koska tulet takaisin? When are you coming back? So here again, as you can see, koska is being used to ask a when question. So koska in this sentence means when, question mark. Another example is koska syödään? Koska syödään? So koska, when, syödään, we eating. So when are we eating? Koska syödään? Syödään. Syödään. When are we eating? Koska syödään? So again, koska is being used to ask a when question here. And the final example is koska toi kauppa aukee? Koska toi kauppa aukee? So remember, toi was in a previous video I did some weeks ago, which means that. So koska, when, toi, that thing you're pointing at. So toi kauppa, kauppa means store. So toi kauppa is that store. Aukee is puhekieli, spoken Finnish way of saying aukeaa, so to open. So koska toi kauppa aukee means when does that store open? Koska toi kauppa aukee? Koska toi kauppa aukee? When does that store open? So again, koska is being used to ask a when question. And in the exact same way you could ask milloin toi kauppa aukee or milloin toi kauppa aukee. Means the exact same thing. So the take-home message of this video is to ask a when question in Finnish, you can use milloin or millon, but you can also use koska to ask these when questions. So that is what I wanted to teach you in this Finnish lesson. Hopefully that clears up the questions from my previous video. If you have any more comments about koska, let me know in the comments down below and I can address it in another video. But kiitos paljon kun katsoitte tämän videon ja nähdään ensi videossa. Moikka!